Yo, this is Solo, also known as SPL Gamma, also known as Spatial Gamma, also known as Grunt. Yeah, this team's called Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX. Guys, today we're going to do something fun. In fact, this was one of the comments I received from you guys. This is from Daksh Sharma, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. It says, hey SPL, can you please make a video on the best unit from each role from every region? I think it would be a fun topic. And I said, cool idea. And I actually got to working on it, and basically I got busy, I failed to upload. I'm re-recording it for you guys right now. So this is purely my, usage things, my opinions. I feel, sometimes what I say might be different from what you feel. So just keep that in mind. But I feel that having all the sync pairs except the BP Master Fairs give me a sense of, authority on saying at least what I feel with these sync pairs. So, the best sync pairs per role per region. Let's start, with, there are 8 different regions. 9 if you want to include Passio. But let's ignore Passio first and let's filter Team Skill Region Kanto. Let's begin with Kanto. Kanto Strikers. Kanto Strikers. We have the brand new Blue and Arcanine over here. We just got it. Definitely not the best one. A good one, but not the best one. We have a couple of 6-star EXs. We got Blue or Classic Blue and Aerodactyl, which is very, very good as well. Can handle both special attack, physical attack, as well as physical attack over here. And then we have this flying type striker, also physical and special attack over here, as well as a physical sync move. Meanwhile, we have Lance. The other Lance was a horrible trainer move. We have Signasu Thread, who is, Signasu Thread. I don't even have to talk about Signasu Thread. We have the original Blue, and so on and so forth. We also have Mewtwo over here, who has a very, very high special attack stat, very, very high speed stat. So in terms of Kanto Strikers, people will easily say that Signasu Thread is probably the best one. I do not quite agree. Number one, he's too reliant on Sun. If you want to make use of his multipliers, he has Haymaker. He has Haymaker, which is the higher the attack stat is, the stronger the sync move is. No problem with that. And then the other multiplier is Solar Flare 5. You have to bring in a Sun unit. If you do not have a Sun unit, this will not work. So a little bit too reliant on Sun for me. And then Haymaker is a tricky one for Signasu Thread. If you do not have a support unit that can help you raise your attack stat, the only way you're able to raise your attack stat is by using My Destiny after you have used one sync move using Signasu Thread. So basically, after you Mega Evolve and then you use My Destiny, that's the time you're able to raise your attack stat. Of course, if you have a support sync pair that can raise your attack stat, then that's no problem. But, the build-up is quite slow, at least in my opinion, for Signasu Thread. He has quite nice passive skills though. Propulsion, 120% chance of lowering your sync move countdown. Piercing Gaze, moves or attacks never miss. Move Gauge Refresh, 50% chance of charging your move gauge by 1 if your, any attack is successful. So that's what makes Signasu Thread very good. But in terms of power, in terms of strength and everything, I would argue that either Classic Blue or Giovanni might be a better, maybe not Giovanni, because Giovanni cannot exactly raise his special attack on his own just by using his trainer move. Meanwhile, over here, we have Classic Blue. The one and only striker, if I'm not mistaken, the one and only striker with Dire Hit All Plus. This basically gives him support sync pair capabilities, support abilities, can raise everyone's critical hit rate of everyone. And then Bonjour over here raises your attack and special attack +3 immediately. So, very self-sufficient over here. And then once you Mega Evolve, you also get a physical attack instead of just, you know, handling yourself with special attacks over here. And the thing is, Double Edge, because of his passive skill Recoil Removal, you do not take any recoil damage. Meanwhile, he also gets Combo Freebie too, 30% chance of applying Free Move Next effect. So, this is not Move Gauge Refresh, where you recover one move gauge. This is basically your next move will be free. And as you might know, Hyper Beam is a 4 move gauge attack. So, a free Hyper Beam is awesome, awesome. And you know what? Bonjour lowers your stats, but if you use Ancient Power, you can actually raise your stats back. 5 stats actually. And if you know, 10% chance, but if you get Swag Bag 1, it raises the chance of raising your stats by using Ancient Power. So, I honestly think that Classic Blue probably, in my opinion, is better than Signature Red. And he is probably better than Giovanni just because he can raise his, you know, not just his critical hit rate, but also his attack stat as well as special attack stat. Meanwhile, Giovanni, yes, he can raise his critical hit rate, yes, he can raise evasiveness, but that's about it. That's about it. He cannot raise his special attack stat, although his special attack stat is really high. But it's a battle between Classic Blue and Giovanni for me, and I probably have to put in Classic Blue as my choice. And then let's move first. Tech Sync Pair. Tech for Kanto. This is a little bit easier. We got a very strong Signasuit Erika over here. We got a very situational Signasuit Misty, but a 3 out of 5 becomes a very, very strong Signuker. And then, other than them, you do not exactly have any 6-star EXs aside from Signasuit Leaf, who undoubtedly has very, very good passive skills, making her, you know, undoubtedly the best tech sync pair in Kanto. Every single time you use her Razor Leaf, you get to not only have a chance of poisoning the opponent, everyone, before you Mega Evolve, by the way, because after you Mega Evolve, you lose Venomous 4. You also get Sundering 9, which lowers the opponent's defense, or special defense, or both, just by attacking the opponent. So, Signasuit Leaf can also recover using Potion as well as Mega Healing, reduces your Sync Move coundown as well as gives everyone a regen effect. So, Signasuit Leaf is the best. I think that's no questions asked. She's the best tech unit of Kanto. Meanwhile, support unit, here's where the tricky one is, guys. Out of everyone, I would have to say that Signasuit Blue is still the top support. In fact, until now, with all the new sync pairs that have come, with all the new supports that have come, it's very hard to dethrone Signasuit Blue. Yes, he's probably not the best. He takes quite a bit of setup. But Signasuit Blue is still the best tanker right now in the game. At least in my opinion. He's still the best tanker. We have Signasuit, or rather New Year Sabrina. A 3 out of 5, she gains access to Team Tough Luck 4, which has a 50% chance of raising defense or special defense or both. And her trainer move Clear Your Mind gives an ally an enduring effect. But then, nowhere near compared to SYGNA Suit Blue. And then we also have Classic Red, or just Red, with You and Me, reduces your sync move countdown, also gives you a super effective up next effect to an ally, which is very, very good. Mini Potion All is also good, but then you cannot just raise your defenses very quickly. You have to... It's a 50% chance of raising special defense if you use a trainer move, as well as raises 1 defense stat for everyone if your HP goes below half. So a very good buffer for attack stats, but not exactly a very good defense buffer. But is still one of the top-notch sync pairs. I can make this team like this, so let us try making some combinations, some teams. I can either put it like this, Classic Red, Classic Blue, and SYGNA Suit Leaf, or SYGNA Suit Blue, SYGNA Suit Red, or Giovanni, as well as SYGNA Suit Leaf. So it's either of the two for me. I think I will stick to Giovanni or SYGNA Suit Red. This might be interesting. You know what? Let's stick to the SYGNA Suit Kanto trio first. And let us just swap their positions. I like to put my tanker on the left side. We're gonna test them out in battle later. See how good these sync pairs are. So let us put some 3-star gears, 3-star gear, 3-star gear. And that's our Kanto team, guys. Now, let's move on to the next one. Johto. This one is a toughie. We do not exactly have a lot of Johto sync pairs, guys. For some reason, the game decides not to give us a lot of Johto sync pairs until now. So, as you might see over here, we only have like 3 sync pairs that can be 6-star EX. We have Morty, we have Summer Lyra, we have Ethan. In terms of Sync Nook, I think the only one that can do a Sync Nook is Morty over here. Here's the thing. In terms of Morty, he can, you know, if you want to compare how good he is compared to probably Ethan and Summer Lyra, let's just say Morty can 1 versus 3 stages. Ethan, Summer Lyra cannot. And in fact, Summer Lyra's clock out is now overshadowed by SYGNA Suit CYRUS's Sync Snooze, so now her gimmick is just not so very good. So in terms of strikers, I think Morty easily tops the list of 6-star EXs, or rather of other strikers that we have in Johto. Let's move on to Tech. Here's where the thing is challenging. Now, as you might see over here, Will and Whitney, WW. It's very easy to see who's the better tech unit here, right? No questions, it's Morty. But as you might see, we cannot put 2 Mortys in this team. But Morty, or Full Morty, is way, way, way better than these 2. Probably, you know, you can use stored power and make Will a little bit more powerful, but still, Morty is leagues above the others. So I'm going to put Full Morty there, and I'm gonna have to choose another striker to put in this list. And now I'm not sure who I will put. You know what? We got Silver for 20 out of 20. And I think we'll be getting a 6-star EX Silver soon. So if we get him 6-star EX, you know, free 6-star EX, probably a power boost as well. Well, it's either Silver or Karen or something like this, but let's put Silver right now. Let's put him right now. And then for the support unit, quite some interesting things. A lot of people say that Faulkner is one of the best supports, top tier support. Until now, I cannot exactly agree that much. Why? Passive skills has a lot to do with evasiveness. And the only way to raise his evasiveness is you cannot raise his own evasiveness at all. No evasiveness raised. The only way you can evade the enemy's attacks is by using fly and avoiding the enemy's attacks. And then you cannot just randomly get an MP refresh for fly. In fact, you only get the MP refresh, I think, with sync quickening. So you have to use a sync move in order to bring... Oh, never mind. You can get 2 fly MP refreshes over here. But still... Yes, he can raise everyone's critical hit rate. Yes, you can raise everyone's special attack and attack stat by 2 and speed stat of your own. I don't know, guys. Until now, I'm not very convinced about Faulkner. I'm more about, you know, this one can raise everyone's special defense to max, raise your critical hit rate, X regen all, heal everyone, group morale boost, raise special attack after you use a move. Team Sharp entry gives you a critical hit rate +1 immediately at the start of the battle. Flash Cannon, almost 100% chance of lowering the opponent's special defense stat. And then you got Team Dredge, Tank, and Vigilance. Meanwhile, the other Jasmine is the defense counterpart. I think Cosplay Jasmine is better than the original Jasmine. And for free to play, we got Morty who can buff your defenses up to maximum if you get an MP refresh. I think for this one, I am temporarily going to put you first. Temporarily. So, that said, let us put this, let us put this, and let us put this. And let us set our tactics to Jasmine, then Full Morty, then Silver. And so let's move on to the next one, which is the next region. Hit the thumbs up, by the way, and subscribe if you haven't, because that really helps with the YouTube algorithm and really helps out the channel. Hoenn, we got 2 Master Sync-Peers here. 3 actually, 3. We got Anniversary N, very good. Striker. Bad, horrible Sync Nuke. Very good Dragon Ascent damage, very good Draco Meteor Ascent damage. Very bad Sync Nuke damage, horrible. But if you're willing to bypass that, very, very strong Sync-Peer, then every single debuff that he gets becomes a buff. So that's downside up, his passive skill. And then the higher his stats, its good form basically powers up your moves even more. Then we have this and this, who, you know, out of the 2, Archie actually has a better, Archie is actually slightly better than Maxi. But for the sake that we're lacking ground types, because of the rarity of ground type Sync-Peers, Cynthia is a limited unit, Leon is a limited unit. They're the only notable, you know, ground type users. In fact, let me just filter by move type, ground. And let me just remove this region thing. And Sync-Peers, remove this. The only one to deal really strong ground move damage, we're talking about Leon's Earthquake, Maxi's Precipice Blades, and Cynthia's Earthquake or Slash. Yes, I guess Gladion can somehow handle this. But aside from those, you know, main Mudkip fine probably with the Earth power, but if we're talking about strikers, ground type strikers, we only have 2 of them. That's Maxi and Cynthia. Both of them are limited units. So, I think because of the rarity, I'll have to put Maxi as the more precious one out of the two, just because we have so many water types. But in terms of damage, Archie actually slightly better than Maxi. So now let's go to tech. And I guess it's quite simple for me to recommend Sydney, because Sydney is very self-sufficient, very fast. So he can raise his stats +4 immediately, and then raises your critical hit rate. Once you land a critical hit rate, you get to confuse the opponent. You get to get critical strike 3 immediately, and then you have a higher chance of making the opponent hit themselves due to confusion. That's why I'm putting Sydney as my second, or as my top tech unit of this region of Hoenn. May is actually pretty close, but Muddy Water at the start is not exactly perfect accuracy. And so, because of that, I'll probably put Sydney a little bit higher than May. But May is actually quite there. Very, very good sync pair as well. And I'm also excluding May from this team because May uses Rain Dance. You know, Rain and Sun cannot exactly mix. So I'm not gonna put May in this team. Meanwhile, support sync pair, it's kind of hard. But there's only one support sync pair right now that has a 6-star EX. And I guess I'm gonna put Phoebe in this team, because I think she's slightly better. She has a 6-star EX, that's an edge. So, she's there. So let's put our gears over. Guys, my PC crashed. Let's move on to the next region. Okay, so let's set a new team. Let's move to the region number 4, which is Team Skills region. Sinnoh. Okay, this will be fun. Sinnoh. Striker. Ha. Well. How do I say this? This is honestly very tough because all of these are very good sync pairs. I guess if I were to find an edge for each one, let's just move one by one. Let's compare. New Year Volkner, very, very, very good if the opponent is weak to electric. If the opponent's weak to electric, no questions asked. Best striker, very, very strong, etc., etc. If the opponent's not weak to electric, still strong, but not as strong as probably the others. Cygnus with Cynthia, Eyes on the Prize, a very, very good effect, brings your sync move count down. Very high MP refresh also, MP refresh 4 I think. Which, where is it? MP refresh 4 over here, 50% chance of restoring 1 MP. And with a little bit of RNG plays and stuff, you'll be able to reduce your sync move countdown very, very quickly with Cygnus with Cynthia. Plus Clanging Scales hits everyone. And you can mitigate this lower defense by giving her Unbending. So, very good dragon type. Cygnus with Cyrus, or rather Cyrus over here. With his expanded grid, power boosted grid, he has become a very, very strong, very, very good sync pair. And yeah, Cynthia, the original Cynthia over here, is also quite good. But no sync move multipliers if I'm not mistaken. So if you make her 6-star EX, basically you just hit everyone, but same damage aside from the increased stats and everything. Barry is also very good, but at the same time you cannot exactly raise his special attack stat with his original kit. I'm not sure if his sync grid allows him to do that, but you want to get Cakewalk, Hunter's Instinct, Inertia, Ramming Speed, which you'll probably need a little help with some tech units in order to do that, as well as support units to raise your special attack stat. So, in terms of the best, I would either put Volkner or Signisid Cynthia here. Because for tech unit, I'm pretty sure I'm going to put you there. We have proven how good Signisid CYRUS is. Although Lucas is extremely good, extremely fast with his commanded freebie 9. Use a trainer move, free roar of time. Use another trainer move, free roar of time. Very, very fast sync pair. But couldn't be better than Signisid CYRUS, who has proven time and time again that he can do 4,000 something points in Champion Stadium. I have no questions in my mind that Signisid CYRUS is better than Dialga, is better than Renegade Cynthia. Signisid CYRUS is on a league on his own. So I'm gonna put you there. So my striker cannot be CYRUS in this team, at least. So it's either Volkner or Signisid Cynthia. And I think I'd pick Signisid Cynthia for her trainer move here.
I knew you'd choose me.
And then for support unit, yeah, probably Palentine's Dawn. I mean, Dawn is very good with raising defense stats. But anyone who can raise special or critical hit rate is good. Any support, you know, in my eyes, if you're a support sync pair that cannot raise critical hit rate, I'd rather choose another support. Except for Elio. Elio is a different story. Although Elio can also raise critical hit rate by having some tiles on his grid. But Signisid Dawn raises defense, special defense, and critical hit rate, and then has some fun tiles on her grid too. Whatchamacallit, her grid tiles. Crisis Countdown 9 brings her sync move countdown very, very quickly down. And together with Signisid Cynthia can also bring down the sync move countdown. I think this will be a fun team to use. So, let's change the grid, or let's change the tactics. Let's put her first, and so on and so forth. Okay! That's for that region. Let's move on. Edit. Filter by Unova. The most loved region Pokemon DNA gave the game aside from Galar. This is an interesting one. Cosplay Hilda. Very self-sufficient, can raise her defense stat. Has a 50% chance of raising the user's defense by 2 stat ranks. And then Tough Cookie, the higher defense stat is, the stronger she becomes, and so on and so forth. Swag Bag 1 basically makes this 100% instead of just 50%. And then you have this Emmet over here who can constantly flinch the opponent. The sad thing about Emmet is that all his moves are 4 move gauge and becomes a very, very slow sync pair on his own. And this is why I'm having a hard time recommending Emmet, but very, very strong sync pair. In fact, Emmet and Cosplay Hilda are opposites. After Mega Evolving using Cosplay Hilda, her 4 move gauge attack becomes a 3 move gauge attack because of Fuel Economy 1. So, I'd rather recommend Cosplay Hilda over Emmet for this reason. And on the other hand, very good, especially if you have Electric Terrain. But then you cannot raise his own critical hit rate. And I'd rather have a striker that can raise his own critical hit rate. I guess, other than that, you have to bring in another striker or another support that can help you raise your critical hit rate on your own. Meanwhile, Nate over here can 1 versus 3 stages. But compared to the others, I think Nate is just far, far behind. Meanwhile, I guess there's no denying how good of a bug-type striker Alder is. With a 2-move gauge struggle bug, you get to lower the opponent's special attack stat. You get to raise your special attack to +6 immediately using unparalleled power, as well as raise your special defense by 2 stat ranks as well. So Alder at 3 out of 5 with super duper effective 9, critical strike 5, very very strong Sync Pair. I think because of that reason, I'm going to put Alder as my striker, best Unova striker of choice. What about you guys? Let me know, do you agree that he's the best Unova striker? Or do you think, well, it's situational. If the opponent has some passive skills that prevent you from damage, like for example, Legendary Gauntlet, N will be a better option for that. But again, you cannot raise your special or your critical hit rate using N. You have to rely on another Sync Pair. So it's a competition between Alder, N probably, question mark, as well as cosplay Jasmine, or cosplay Hilda for this one. The others, yes, have 6-star EX, but I don't think can match these 3. And then, Tech Unit, okay. This is also interesting. Anniversary N is a master pair. But then Classic Elesa is my favorite debuffer in the game. Very, very good debuffer. Very good debuffer. Debuffs 5 different stats. But then there's also Champion Iris, who has a very, very, very easy to set up and very, very strong sync nuke. In fact, one of the strongest sync nukes in the game. And a very good, yeah, debuffer flincher as well. I think I'm gonna put Champion Iris a little bit higher than N or Anniversary N in this point, just because of her sync nuke capabilities. And for support, there's Skyla. Raises speed, raises defense. Ocean. We have Fall Caitlyn. Raises defense, raises special defense. Trixie, as well as creates some walls for us using Opening Blockade. But you know what? Savior Gems. Scout for Springberg. Very, very good sync pair. 1 move gauge attack. Every single time you attack, you have a 60% of raising everyone's attack or special attack, or both. If you're able to land an opponent, an attack that the opponent is weak to, you recover HP, and then you can also have grid tiles on him that can also recover everyone's HP. But then that's like a 13% chance or something like that. It's pretty small chance of landing a super effective attack. But then Happy Colors can just maximize your defense stats and raise your accuracy as well. So I have no doubt in my mind that Springberg is my favorite defense buffer in the game. Yes, he's my favorite defense buffer, even better in my opinion than SYGNA Suit Blue. SYGNA Suit Blue raises the special defense very slowly. Meanwhile, Springberg, just a little bit of RNG can raise your special defense and defense stat to maximum. Okay, 3 regions left. Let's move on. Theme skills to Kalos. Kalos Strikers. Okay. Corina. The game hates Lucario. Keeps hitting Lucario. Poor Lucario. Poor Lucario. So it's a battle. I mean, Corina does not have much multipliers. She does not have any sync move multipliers at all. So let's just put her out right now. We have the Yantha and Lysander. Lysander was badly shafted by DNA by giving him a maximum of 50 HP or 50% HP recovery only for Oblivion Wing. You know, if DNA actually removes this limitation, he'll become a very good sync pair. But the game decided to shaft him by giving him that. This is why I have to put the Yantha here. But if we move to tech sync pairs, here's the interesting part. Cosplay the Yantha, very self-sufficient. Every single time you attack the opponent, you get to lower their defense, special defense, and speed stat, and give it to cosplay the Yantha instead. And I kind of want to put her as the best tech unit. In fact, I think she really deserves the best tech unit here in Kalos. It's even better than Palentine's Serena. Or the original Serena, you know, sleep, but then that's all you do. Sleep training. That's all she's, you know, if you use her as sleep chain, yes, you use her as sleep chain. Yes, she has a very powerful sync move as well, but not as good as Cosplay the Yantha. Cosplay the Yantha leagues ahead of Serena. But again, if we put her, we have to put someone else as a striker. As much as I hate to put this, I have to put Lysander here. And then for the support sync pair, I think in a battle of Evelyn versus Sycamore, Sycamore is the better one here. Just because of how good his self-sufficiency is with Hornleech. I'm gonna put this, and this. And that will be our Kalos team of choice. Again, I'd rather put Diantha, the normal Diantha, over Lysander, but we have no choice, guys. Second to the last. Which is going to be Alola. Alola Striker. 2 Master Fairs. In fact, let's just focus on the Master Fairs right now because honestly, the others are not as good. Guzma, Cosplay Guzma, very gimmicky, as much as I hate to say his Team Scalio. And Hala, you have to slow him down, Ice Hammer slows you down and stuff. Very strong though, but I guess we can all agree how strong SYGNA Luzamine is versus Anniversary Lily. SYGNA Luzamine is way better than Anniversary Lily. And I'll prove it to you later. So, SYGNA Luzamine it is for Striker. Texting pair. Gladion can handle almost anything. Malo, Drop Kick can lower the opponent's attack stat, but then it was a very good thing until the Masquerail came and had a very good Dishearten 9 passive skill, which lowers the opponent's attack or defense or both. And as you might know, Brutal Swing hits everyone, so every time he uses Brutal Swing, you get to lower everyone's attack or defense or both. So a very good one, as well as he can raise everyone's speed stat +3. So he's my tech unit of choice, although in terms of Steel type stages, Kimono Grimsley can one-shot the opponents, but let's not get there now. And in terms of support, I am going to have a hard time choosing here. This is a tough one. Kiawe has Potion. Which is a good one to help us recover some HP. Dancing Fever can raise our stats. Meanwhile, Lana can raise our defense stat and attack stat as well. But cannot raise critical hit rate if I'm not mistaken. Elio can raise critical hit rate for sleeping opponents if you have Tal on his grid. We've got Tricks, raises a couple of stats as well, raises special defense, and can make the opponent fall asleep. Can use Sleep Chain here. Meanwhile, New Year Lily can raise everyone's critical hit rate, can raise everyone's evasiveness stat, as well as set up a status condition defense. And then, once you use a sync move, you give everyone gradual healing. Now, this is entirely up to you. The other Lily, the very first sync pair to get Synchro Healing 1 as well as Group Dragon Guard. So this is completely up to your preferences now. But I think in my personal choice, I would put New Year Lily ahead of the others.
I'd love to learn all I can from you.
Just because of that evasiveness buff. I think it's a battle between New Year Lily and Kiawe here. Either New Year Lily or Kiawe, and because I use New Year Lily way more than Kiawe, I think I'm gonna put New Year Lily a little bit ahead. And then plus she can recover her own HP as well. Although Kiawe can also recover his own HP. I think you have the critical, if you land a critical hit, critical healing was it or something? So that's the way you get to recover Kiawe's HP. So yeah, that's our Alola team of choice, guys. And last but not the least, we have Galar. Galar. I don't know what to say about this one. Game loves Leon so much. We got a G-Max Leon, we got a Leon that can have a 50% freeze on the opponents. We got a Master Fair Leon who is still like, if you do not have any other good ground types, it's probably the way to go over here. We have two Glorias, who is also very strong. Summer Gloria is way better than the other Gloria in my opinion. Just because you cannot raise the critical hit rate of both. But then, the Summer Gloria has quite nice gimmicks. Raihan, quite good as well, but if you compare Raihan with the other Leons, a little bit too far. And then Bay, with a 4-move gauge attack. But that's about it. I guess it's a battle between the Leons right now. And if you were to ask me, do I want to freeze the opponent or to burn the opponent? Probably the burning one is a little bit better. Probably.
You've got nothing to worry about while I'm around.
But we'll see. Texing pairs. Marnie, Bay, Alistair, Nessa. Okay, in terms of Sync Nook alone, guys. In terms of Sync Nook alone, this Marnie is extremely strong. But this Marnie is also extremely strong. Can also debuff the opponent using Growl. But then this Marnie is very self-sufficient. So who do we choose? Which one is the best one? Let me know, guys. Which one do you think is the best one among these? I think this Marnie cannot synergize with Leon because Marnie needs to paralyze the opponent in order to get the Sync Nook damage. But Power Trip is super good. Super awesome. This Marnie is proven somehow be able to one-shot all the opponents with Steel Wish, with a Sync Nook. But I think I'll rely on Power Trip right now. It's a 2-move gauge attack.
I can lend you a hand.
It's really good. And now for support sync pair, Hop, Sonia, and this other Bay. This Bay can raise everyone's attack and special attack to +4. Then we have a 1 out of 5 Sonia, who's very sad because at 3 out of 5 Sonia is unstoppable. One of the best supports at 3 out of 5. I guess it's still Sonia in my list, in my heart right
You
now.
want me on the team?
But Sonia needs 3 out of 5 in order to get really good. So, I guess those are our choices. I'm tempted to put Palentine's Bay because she can raise her own defenses quite high but cannot raise everyone else's defenses. But that's about it. These are our top choices for our sync pairs. And you know what? Let's just put Passio over here right now. In fact, there are only very few Passio sync pairs, excluding our main character, guys. We have Lear.
As if you could choose anyone else.
And we have these two.
Let me join you.
These two are actually combination of tech and support sync pairs. This one can flinch. This one can lower the opponent's special attack stat. So, we don't exactly have a choice. We don't have any tech sync pairs. Specifically tech. But they're both tech and support anyway. So, that's for Gallery, or rather, that's for the Passio region. That's it. Now, to prove how good they are, I wanna face Champion Stadium and see how good these sync pairs are. In fact, how do we begin? Use status conditions and other conditions against all opponents. Okay, let's go Moline over here. I'm going for attack stats. Bear with me as this is, you know, no practice, no nothing. So we might actually lose a fight or two by doing this. So strength +1. Okay. Burning. Burning the opponent. You can either go for... In fact, I think I want to save SYGNA Suit Red, the SYGNA Suit Kanto trio for the last battle for Poison. We have two teams that can burn the opponent. We have the Johto team as well as the Galar team. Who do we want to use? Let's first use the Johto team. I'm gonna move to the Kanto team later. Now, these guys are physical attackers. I think now we have to stick to our team selection. So let's see how good this team is first, before making some adjustments.
Let's begin.
So,
All right.
let's do this. Steal yourselves. Oh. Well, I was supposed to use Will-O-Wisp like immediately, but I made a mistake, so oh well. She's an X region all probably, and I'll show you. I said I'll show you, and we're dead. Shake my head.
Darn.
Now. How about this?
My turn.
Hammer Arm will kill us.
How about this? An opening.
Hammer Arm indeed killed us. Now, take note that we have raised the opponent's attack stat to maximum. So keep that in mind. I guess to make our life easier, let's just go to this team. I think will be much easier.
Let's begin.
Here we go.
Mystery.
Right.
Come on, come on.
Inferno, Rough Buff, and
Show 'em how it's done.
we wait a little bit. Strike a
Do
pose.
this.
Let's just use a random attack.
Watch and learn.
Let's burn the opponent on the left side.
We can do this.
And take note again that I only have her 1 out of 5, which is a sad, sad thing.
I can help.
Go. Show 'em how it's done.
I got an empty refresh there.
Down 3 so you'll miss it. Come on.
Gives me, if I use that again, I'll get a critical hit rate.
Turn.
Increase.
How it's done.
Well, I need that critical hit rate increase, guys.
Look at you go.
I'm not sure how tanky we are. We might actually lose this one.
I can help.
Let's have a fun.
We might actually lose this one because of how strong we made the opponents. Oh, cool! See how I love
Go get 'em.
Marnie now. Whoa! Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
What can we learn from this?
I was raving earlier about Marnie's power trip.
Champion time. Right.
You save us, Marnie. You save us. Nice. That's done. Maximum attack stats for the enemy.
Absolute champion time that was.
That's for round 1. Our strongest Galar team. Moving on. Use special attack moves against opponents with low special defense. I'm going Kahili. I'm gonna use my strongest Alola team. Here we go.
I feel the winds of victory.
Let's do this, guys. Okay.
Go, everyone.
Luminous Love. Let's lower the opponent's stats.
This should help. I got you.
This will be a very short fight.
Now. I got you. Go.
A very short fight, believe me.
I got you. I'm on the fairway.
If this does not kill off all the opponents, the next attack will. Okay, the next attack.
Something went wrong. Do it.
Goodbye. That's done. Very quick match.
The wind
Very
wasn't in our
strong.
favor. That was
Look at
quite
that
a
zoomed
pleasant
out arena. Cool. Strongest Alola team, guys. Let's move on to the next one. Use sync moves as much as possible against all opponents. Huh. Did I go Olivia on this one? This one will be a tougher one. We are using our Maxi team. I worry about this team, guys, because I worry about this team. But if things go well, then it goes well.
Everything we got.
So let's use a trainer move using Maxi first.
Fight! Let's go! Come on! Prepare yourself.
Let's use a Dare Hit All Plus. Let's use a Precipice Blades.
I won't hold
Ooh, so slow! Let's use an Unbreakable Bond to make us faster. Oh! What the? Well, I did not change my tactics. Sus. So, let's do this again. Fail.
We'll give it everything we got. Prepare yourself.
Dazzling Gleam sus. It's another one. Let's use Precipice Blades.
Go!
Probably let's use a potion on I don't know.
Do it! How do you like this? Quick!
Here goes.
Do it!
I won't hold back.
How do you like this?
Full damage, guys.
Here goes.
Full damage.
Bring it on! Let's go!
Oh, not a critical on the center. Sus.
Don't let up! Do it!
Pass it on, sus. Okay, we gotta defeat the opponent using the next two attacks or else we're dead. Which I think we can.
Give me everything
I
you got!
won't hold back.
We're done. Nice.
These things happen.
Our strongest Hoenn team.
How pathetic you appear now.
Nice. Phoebe is questionable though. I do not use Phoebe in battle. Unless you're lacking critical hit rate support syncers, I do not recommend using Phoebe a lot. Okay. Sync move countdown reduced by half. It will be the perfect time to use this. This super fun team. Here we go, guys. We're gonna bring down that sync move countdown extremely quickly.
Here we go.
Let's do this.
Just like this. Come on. Let's go.
Eyes on the prize, Dark Wish, Sweet Dreams.
Here we go.
Look how fast the sync move countdown will go.
Here we go.
Oh, that's so sad.
Here we go.
That's so sad.
I'm on it.
Get them! I got this!
It's not a critical, and because of it's not a critical, the damage has been
I'm on it.
half. Oh! I should have used a sync.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's just do this. Ooh, you survived. Oh, what the heck?
Perfect.
Spam the dark void. Oh, he's still alive. Oh, sus. Oh, he got killed. Well, that's a shame. Pretty sure we can finish this. Or not. Oh, this is sus. No, no, no. No. Come on. Fail. Again. We had two... Oh wait, before I continue guys, I think I have the wrong Cyrus grid. Let us give him a better grid. I think this is my, wait, never mind. This is the correct grid. This is the correct grid. My critical hit rate wasn't max though.
Here we go.
You know what? Let's max out the critical hit rate, I guess, for now.
Here we go.
Let's finish this.
Here we go.
What will he do? Moonlight. Oh, I wasted that sync move countdown. $15,000. Okay, at least that's better.
Perfect. Here we go. All right.
Get them.
Still though. That's absurd. What? What's the difference this time? Sus. Sus. We did not get killed earlier. Huh. Very suspicious.
Here we go.
Very suspicious. What if we use Dark Void first? Oh! Come on! This team is the team that I'm most confident with too. You disappoint me. Come on, SYGNA with Cyrus. After all the good things I've said about you, behave.
Here we go.
Fine, I'm not using Dark Void. I'm going back to my very first thing that I did.
Now.
Here we go.
such a waste of sync move countdown.
Yes.
I got this.
Take this.
Fight.
Perfect. All right.
I still think we're gonna lose this, guys.
Here we go.
Where did we go wrong?
Fight.
I'm on it.
Yeah, where did we... How did we do the first fight that we won? Very sus. Very sus. The opponent used a sync move on us,
Here
right?
we go.
What if... we change our tactics a little bit?
Here we go.
Let's finish this.
Perfect.
I have no idea. I'm just experimenting now.
I got this. Fight.
I'm on it. Here we go.
Get them.
I wasted the danger damage card though.
I'm on it. Take this.
But then, this will kill us. Okay, at least
That shouldn't have happened.
Signature Cyrus survived a little bit.
Now.
Do your best.
That should kill.
Get them. Fight. Fight.
I wasn't supposed to use that on him.
I let my guard down. Get them.
Okay, this is going better than earlier. Earlier was just wrong.
Get them.
Done. Shake my head.
Cool.
I don't know what happened.
A heart-pounding victory.
No comment. No comment. No comment. And the last one against How. I'm using status conditions, and for this one, I'm gonna use this team because Signature Kanto Trio. You know how good this team is. But this one is specifically for Signature League. So, there you go. Oh, they're all special attackers. I don't like that. To raise special defense, we need to attack using Signature Blue. The move gauge is pretty slow for that.
Let's go. Quit.
You got this.
And we haven't raised our stats yet.
Do it.
Let's go. I've been waiting for this forever.
Wow! He did not raise a single thing.
Allow me.
Come on.
Well, that's sad. This team is gonna lose.
You gotta be
When you're
kidding
using
me.
Signature Blue and you want to raise your special defense, it's RNG. 50% of raising your special defense. Force Field 4. So you gotta play with a little bit of RNG here.
I can't wait.
There you go, at least.
You can do it.
Allow me.
Do it.
You got this.
Let's go. You can do it.
Oh, stop it.
Do your best.
You got this.
Now. Go.
Oh, we got burned.
You got this.
Let's go. I've been waiting for this forever.
I don't think Signature Red will survive. And we got burned too, but who knows? No, it's only Signature Blue because he's extremely...
Kidding me.
You know what? One thing we can do here to make our life easy. Change the parameters. So in terms of things like this, we can clear. Let's give the highest HP to the opponent because that's how they receive more damage. Highest HP, highest HP, highest HP. And from there, we put our other parameters. Probably, what can we do? Gradual healing. Do we want to do that? How about Strength +2? There you go. This should make the battle easier.
I can't wait.
Oh, my moves became different. But that's okay.
You can do it.
A lot weaker.
Now.
Do it. Quick.
Go.
Give Signa Suit Blue a potion.
Do it!
Let's go! You can do it!
Do it!
Nice.
Come on!
Probably raise our...
I've been waiting for this.
Who should use the sync move? If we sync using Signa Suit Red, it's everyone. If we sync using Signa Suit Leaf, increases poison damage.
Do it!
Now's my chance!
I guess we use that. Please never miss.
Let's go!
The poison will kill the enemy. Just wait. Poison will kill the enemy soon. And we're burned. And they're dead. One by one, they all fall down.
You got this!
Can we end this the best way? Nah, the opponent will die. I wanna use a sync move and Mega Evolve. Signa Suit Leaf, you know. Don't die. Ah, oh well.
What can we learn from this?
That's that. And that is your Signa Suit Kanto trio. That is your strongest question mark sync pairs, every type, every region, or rather every role, every region. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you agree with my selections, or let me know your own suggestions as well, your own selections in the comment section below. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. Do hit the thumbs up, help out the channel with the algorithm. Also leave a comment, as I said. I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Rawr.